I needed a fishing rod rack and I did not want to drill holes in my topper. The rack I designed and built consists of two separate bows, one for the back and one for the front. Here are the materials for my project. Measure and cut 4 pieces of angle iron for the bases. I made mine 12 inches in length. Next, measure the side lengths. You will cut 4 of these out of 3/4 inch square tubing. Finally, measure the top lengths. This will be the horizontal of the top of the shell. You will also cut these out of 3/4 inch square tubing. Next, gather 4 washers at least 2 inches in diameter. Clamp a washer on each end of the top horizontals and then weld into place. The washers will be a solid structure to clamp the side pieces to for adjusting proper angle and securing with welds. Weld these washers on both horizontal pieces and set aside. Purchase 8 rubber-coated utility hooks. These will need to be modified. I like to start by placing each hook in a vise. I find that they function better if you close the gap of this hook by 1 centimeter or 2. Then take a utility knife and cut off a major part of the top half of the hook. The significance of this is to keep the rubber coating away from where I will weld it later to the top horizontal piece. Repeat this process to all of the utility hooks. And finally, saw the threaded end off of each hook. Space the hooks out equally by butting them up to one of the top horizontal pieces. Weld into place, making sure they are completely square. Finish your welds on all sides. This is the back horizontal piece. Next, take the front horizontal piece and lay it on top. Make a mark on this piece that coincides with each hook on the other piece. Rings will be welded at each one of these marks. These rings will hold the tips of the fishing rods. I like to make my rings from a piece of broken garage door spring. Cut out the rings and place at each mark on the front horizontal piece. Weld each ring into place front and back. Now that each top horizontal has been complete, it is time to weld the sides onto each one. Start with a rough placement of the sides underneath the washers of the horizontal piece, and then clamp together using vice grips. You will also use vice grips to clamp each base into position. Once into position, take the back bow and fit into place, adjusting the angles as needed. Make the span as narrow as possible, so once welded, there will be enough room to reinstall the bow into the back. Next, remove the bow without compromising each piece. Weld the pieces together front and back. Repeat this process by using the back bow as a pattern for the front bow. Return to the welding table, clamp the pieces together, and weld. Next, square each bow onto its bases and weld into place. Once the bases are secure, take the back bow and lay on a table. Lay a straight edge that lines up at the bottom of each hook and strike a mark where it meets the side pieces. Using links off of a chain, place one on each side at the marked positions and weld into place. Next, I like to add some extra support by welding on a bent rod where the side pieces meet the base. Finish by priming and painting. It is now ready for installation. Place the bows in proper position. Secure into place using your desired method. Drill holes and bolt into place, or use topper clamps and clamp into place. Finally, finish off by hooking a long bungee cord from one chain link to the other. The rack can now be loaded with fishing rods. Simply insert the tip of the rods into the rings and rest the handles into the hooks in this fashion. The bungee cord will keep all the rods secure into place. Not only is this rack useful for holding your fishing rods, you will find that it is useful for many other applications.